You're watching an RH Reality Check production brought to you by rhrealitycheck.org.
For more than a dozen years, the state of Georgia has taught a program called Choosing the Best in its public schools, an abstinence-from-sex-before-marriage curriculum that teaches that condoms don't work.
Abstinence Plus, I don't even think Abstinence Plus mentions contraception methods at all. It's like, don't have sex, sex is bad, you don't have sex before you're married. Even when you're married, you only have certain types of sex. It's just ridiculous.
Abstinence Plus supposedly mentions contraception, and
but
then
only to the negative. It actually does, but it's only negative. It's like condoms do not work at all. Birth control will kill you. Mm-hmm. Do not touch this stuff at all. Don't have sex until you're married, because that will be the only thing that will protect you.
I would say sex education in Chatham County shouldn't be called sex education. It should be called a religion class or something, because it includes so much stuff on morals and values of a specific religion that not everybody follows. But if you want to be in that class, you have to go by, like, you'll die if you have sex, or having sex before marriage is bad.
I basically give it 50%, because really 50% is accurate and 50% just makes no sense.
here in Chatham County, home of Savannah, 2 teenagers give birth almost every day. 677 births last year. That's one of the highest teen birth rates in the country.
Even for like Savannah, like every time I go to like a basketball game or a high school game, there's like kids who were in the class with you, or kids who go to other schools that got abstinence, sex education, and they're pregnant and are working on like their second, third kid, and you're like, okay, so clearly that program didn't work.
Erica, what if I told you that a statewide study commissioned by the government showed that abstinence-only programs were 99% effective in preventing teen pregnancy?
I would say that is not true, none whatsoever. I don't know what studies you're looking at, but you completely miss everything that's going on in the school systems in Georgia.
But that hasn't prevented federal money from pouring into Georgia. Since the inception of abstinence education programs, the federal government has spent more than $64 million in the state of Georgia, more than $12 million in 2008.
Our curriculum right now is abstinence-based. It's we use the Choosing the Best program in both middle and high school, and through that program, our curriculum has been kind of set through the state. The state has said that abstinence is the way we're going to teach sex education. Comprehensive would be going to a lot bigger standard. If I brought in the health department who teaches, you know, how to place a condom, I think that's going to a different standard than what I actually taught as a teacher. Now, if you took 7 health teachers and you lined us all up and we all had Choosing the Best, some elaborate a little more, some teach just word for word what was in the book.
We read a report put out by the state of Georgia in 2005 that said that abstinence-based education was 99% effective in preventing teen pregnancy. Do you believe that?
No.
The federal government has sunk more than $1.5 billion into abstinence-only programs. Then a study mandated by Congress was released in 2007, which said that the programs were ineffective.
What I'm most concerned about, both as a researcher and also as a citizen of this country, is that we have spent close to $1 billion on programs that at this point have very little evidence that they actually work. We have taken programs out of school which have very strong evidence that they actually delay the initiation of sex. They've been taken out of school because they also talk about condoms and contraception.
Now 25 states refuse abstinence-only money. Even so, many states like Georgia continue to accept federal funds, which Congress has yet to cut. Another $600,000 has been awarded to Choosing the Best in the Savannah public school system.
I personally was very disappointed to hear that we were moving in that direction for another 5 years. It's evident that the young people want something different. It's evident that the community, people that have worked with youth and have seen teen pregnancy and STDs among our youth, they know that the education isn't adequate.
But while the abstinence programs continue to be taught, the high teen pregnancy rate gives pause to everyone.
Unfortunately, you know, I've taught in the high school my entire career, but when you choose to visit a middle school and you see a child that's pregnant there, and 12 years old, 13 years old, you know, your heart just, it stops that, you know, somewhere along the way we failed this child.
How would you feel if more comprehensive sexual education was the rule in the Savannah schools? Would that go further to preventing teen pregnancy?
I think it would help. Anytime people have knowledge, you're more powerful in anything you do. So anytime I can give students knowledge, correct knowledge, then I think they are able to make great decisions.
Meanwhile, Christel, Erica, and Brian have been appointed to a board to help decide if any changes can be made in the sexual education curriculum.
I think that comprehensive sex education is what's needed so that they can get the information that they need, because what they don't know will hurt them.